The Unforgiving Edge, Top 10 Collapsing Cliffs of the World. The meeting point of land and sea is a theater of constant, dramatic change. While we often admire the serene beauty of coastal vistas, these landscapes are battlegrounds where the relentless power of the ocean wages war on the steadfastness of stone. The result? Breathtaking, often terrifying cliffs that are in a perpetual state of collapse. These crumbling edges are not just scenic wonders, they are dynamic, living geologies. From the chalky white walls of Europe to the volcanic sea stacks of the Pacific, here are 10 of the world's most spectacular collapsing cliffs. 1. The White Cliffs of Dover, England. The iconic, evolving face of Britain. Perhaps the most famous cliffs in the world, the dazzling white faces of Dover are a symbol of Britain. Composed of soft, porous chalk and flint, they are exceptionally vulnerable to erosion. The sea undermines their base, while rainfall widens natural fissures. This leads to frequent, and sometimes massive, rockfalls. Walking along the clifftop paths, you are literally standing on the edge of a landscape in motion, where the past's fossils tumble into the future's seabed. 2. The Cliffs of Moher, Ireland. Atlantic Fury and the Disappearing Burren. Towering over the wild Atlantic, the Cliffs of Moher are a raw display of nature's power. The layers of sandstone, siltstone, and shale are pounded by some of the most ferocious waves on the planet. The cliff face is scarred with gullies and caves, evidence of its ongoing destruction. The erosion here is so potent that it is gradually consuming the nearby, unique limestone landscape of the Burren, reshaping the westernmost edge of Europe. 3. Kalaupapa Cliffs, Molokai, Hawaii, USA. The world's tallest sea cliffs. Plunging an astonishing 3,315 feet, 1,010 meters, into the Pacific, the Kalaupapa Cliffs are the tallest of their kind on Earth. Born from a catastrophic landslide that created the nearby island of Oahu, these cliffs are a monument to a collapse that happened in the distant past. However, the process continues. Their sheer volcanic faces are constantly weathered by wind and rain, with smaller rockfalls ensuring they remain a dynamic and perilously beautiful landmark. 4. The 12 Apostles, Victoria, Australia. The relentless creation and destruction of stacks. This iconic collection of limestone stacks off the shore of Port Campbell National Park is a masterclass in cliff collapse. They were once part of the mainland, but the Southern Ocean carved caves into the cliffs, which became arches, which eventually collapsed, leaving freestanding stacks. The name, 12 Apostles, is a misnomer. There were only ever 9, and one of them dramatically collapsed in 2005, proving that this stunning coastline is a work in progress. 5. Preikestolen, Pulpit Rock, Norway. A granite plateau with an inevitable fate. Famous for its breathtaking, flat-topped plateau 1,982 feet, 604 meters, above Lysefjord, Preikestolen seems eternally solid. But it is doomed. A deep, widening crack runs behind the cliff face, separating it from the mainland. While geologists say a collapse is not imminent in human terms, the forces of freezing and thawing water will, one day, cause this entire iconic piece of granite to crash into the fjord below in a cataclysmic event. 6. Étretat, Normandy, France. Nature's sculpted archways. The cliffs of Étretat are world-renowned for their natural arches and needle-like formations, such as the Porte de Val and Laguiole, the Needle. Made of soft chalk and flint, just like Dover, they are being rapidly sculpted by the English Channel. Each storm takes its toll, reshaping the arches and causing sections of the cliff top to crumble. They are a beautiful reminder that even stone masterpieces are temporary. 7. Hornbæk and Mons Klint, Denmark. Chalk cathedrals of the Baltic. Denmark boasts 2 spectacular examples of eroding cliffs. Hornbæk in the north is the country's most unstable coastline, with frequent landslides altering its profile. Further south, Mons Klint is a stunning 4-mile stretch of bright white chalk cliffs that tumble into the sea. Formed from the accumulation of ancient sea creatures, they are now returning to the ocean piece by piece, with regular cliff falls creating a dramatic, talus-strewn beach below. 8. Cape Kiwanda, Oregon, USA. The sandstone giant slowly succumbing. This unique headland on the Oregon coast is composed of fragile, yellow sandstone. Unlike its harder basalt neighbors, it erodes at a remarkable rate. The cape is famous for its constantly shifting shape and the punch bowl, a depression carved by waves. Visitors are warned to stay back from the edges, as undercutting by the Pacific waves causes large sections to collapse without warning. A stark lesson in the instability of even the most substantial-looking landforms. 9. The Jurassic Coast, Dorset and East Devon, England. A walk through eroding time. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is a 95-mile stretch of coastline that tells 185 million years of Earth's history. Its cliffs, from the red Triassic sandstone at Budleigh Salterton to the iconic chalk of Old Harry Rocks, are eroding at an average of 10 to 30 centimeters per year. Major landslips, like the one at Black Ven near Lyme Regis, are common, constantly revealing new fossils and reshaping the coastline, making it one of the most geologically active places in the world. 10. Slieve Ireland, Europe's highest accessible maritime cliffs. Often overshadowed by the cliffs of Moher, Slieve Sliab Leog, are nearly 3 times as high, with sea cliffs reaching 1,972 feet, 601 meters. These are not the soft chalk of the south, but rugged, quartzite-strewn sandstone. Despite their apparent solidity, they are relentlessly attacked by Atlantic storms. The erosion here is slower but just as inevitable, carving out spectacular amphitheaters and causing rockfalls that echo across the waves.